Welcome to NintendoCade channel. I am Danny.
Evelyn.
So today we're back, and today is actually a live stream where we're just chilling with you guys, and it is actually
Yeah.
the Mario Day. Happy Mario Day,
Happy
guys!
Mario Day to everyone, to
Yes,
all
it.
the Nintendo fan, all Mario fan.
Yep,
I mean, I can't believe it's been a long time, right?
it's been a
Wow.
while. Yeah, it's been a while. So if you guys don't know, it's March 10th. So you get MAR 10, and you put
Yes.
combined together the Mario Day. I
So they
guess you
just
call
made
it.
it Mario Day, right?
Yes, that's right. So
Ah,
it's been a tradition that has been going on for a couple of years now.
right.
And it's good to see. It's a little celebration of Mario, and it is one of my popular franchises of all time for me. I started with Super Mario Bros. On the NES.
Right.
Then for Evelyn, which Mario game did you start with though?
I did play a little bit NES, but then I played most of it in the Super Nintendo.
So that'll be the Super Mario World.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Evelyn got her really get into the world of Mario with the Super Mario World, but nonetheless, everyone has their own beginnings with the
Yeah,
franchise,
so
right?
today is a chill stream,
Yep.
and then we wanna do something special. We wanna do something different.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for all of you to joining.
Yeah.
And today we're gonna talk about Mario. We everything about Mario. Question we could talk about it,
Hmm.
anything. But let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Dedicate this day for Mario, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's a dedication to Mario.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you all our mods for hanging out with us. I see
Yes.
that Joy Mon. I also see it's
Chit
Chit
Chat
Chat Gaming is in
Gaming,
the house.
Soccer
Welcome.
Hero. A lot of you guys are here. We try to make a today the stream, but kind of late because I know Saturday everyone goes
Yeah, we're going
out.
out, but you guys have your fun. Splatfest was
Oh
happening, so
wow,
we had fun last night.
yeah.
And everyone got to rank of queen. But today it's
I
not
know.
about Splatoon. It's all about Mario.
Mario.
We're gonna keep that in
Yes.
focus and in check.
All right. Wait.
Sneaky
About
Joymon.
Mario, I was gonna say that. All right, so we could you guys could ask question about Mario about us for for us,
Yep.
or you guys could share your story or anything.
Yeah.
So we gonna share ours.
Oh, we have a donation, Cristobal Gonzalez. Thank you for the donation. Really, I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate it. That
much.
helps our
Appreciate
channel.
it.
You
Yeah.
rock, and all the donation helps with our getting the streams and content and better quality. So kudos
So
to you.
what's the first Mario game was Donkey Kong? Am I right?
The
That's the
first
Nicholas.
Mario game is Donkey Kong. I would say Donkey Kong is a game of its own. Donkey Kong is part of the Mario franchise. If you call it, well,
Yeah.
if you ever buy any like stuffed plushie or even Mario Kart, the original Mario Kart had Donkey Kong in it, and also the latest iteration,
Uh
Mario
huh.
Kart 8 Deluxe, has Mario Kart, and it's besides the DLC characters and
Right.
everything, but Donkey Kong is the core of the Mario franchise. So um, I wouldn't say it's a Mario Brothers game or any like
Mhm.
specifically, but it's in the realm of the characters at least. So I would say like the original Mario Bros. On the arcade, I guess you could consider the first Mario game more akin to it than
Right.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. So it's like you think Mario and Luigi have a sister?
I don't think so. I think they're just brothers, and that's about it, right? That's the way it works. The Super Mario Brothers. It's always the brothers. It's not gonna say Super Mario sisters or like, siblings or whatnot. So yeah, that's what I think at least for now. Who
um.
knows? Who knows in the future?
So if you guys just join now, we're gonna have to talk about anything about Mario.
Yes.
Mainly Mario. I mean,
Hmm.
for the other game, we leave for the other stream, but today we wanna
Yeah. I
dedicate
know
a
you guys are
day.
trolling out there. I know you
Yes.
guys are trolling. You can't ask
I'm
me
not
about
trying to read
Zelda.
the
Yeah,
question.
really.
I'm gonna ignore those questions. So, let's see. Do you think we'll get a 3D Mario game remake for Switch anytime soon?
A 3D Mario game remake for the Switch. You mean Super Mario 3D World? If that's the case, in terms of remakes, ports, so far Nintendo's been really porting pretty much the major games from the Wii U
Yes.
to the Nintendo Switch at astonishing rate. We're only within last year that was released until now. We pretty much got essentially almost all the games that are the triple A's for the Nintendo Wii U to the Switch, and I could definitely see that happening now that they just announced on Nintendo Direct that obviously you guys know about Smash Brothers being revealed, Smash 5 or 4.5, whatever you guys want to call it. But nonetheless, was it Toad Treasure Tracker was announced to be ported over with enhanced level, more levels to say, and puzzle. So the possibility is endless.
Hello, Fahad and Oscar.
Hey, welcome
Thanks
on
for
the stream.
joining.
Thanks for joining
So,
us.
let's see. So it's like, what was Mario original name?
Jumpman. I would call that Jumpman. That's if you guys played the original Donkey Kong arcade, that's my favorite. I love to play the Donkey Kong
Yes.
arcade. Is originally named Jumpman. So there you go. It's literally just a man that jumps.
Let's see. Did Mario ever had another job besides being a plumber?
I think the thing is I think I've maybe heard something. I forgot at the top of my head right now. But from the time that I grew up to knowing Mario to now, he's always been the plumber. On the contrary to belief, now that with the Super Mario Odyssey launch, the developers are saying he's no longer a plumber. So it boggles my mind to know that Mario is not a plumber anymore, but to know that he has a different profession. It's very strange to me, but yeah, he's no longer a plumber, sadly.
Nintendo
But they debunked that.
Nintendo Joe's like, Evelyn, who's more handsome, Mario or Luigi?
I'll leave that to you. I won't go for that. So I won't go that far. You guys do the comparison. The question is, as a guy who's the babe, like Peach, Rosalina, or maybe Daisy. Who knows, right?
So I know there's a lot of questions. I try to.
Wow.
If I don't read a question, just repost them.
Yeah.
I know one of the questions.
YouTube kind of refreshes the chat pretty fast, so just make sure just repost it if I missed it. Evelyn's trying to catch you guys as best she can.
So they say they were asking that, what do you think the next Mario game will be like? But then we just have one.
We just had one. I truly honest believe that it takes years of development to get a very good Mario game, even the caliber of that we saw in Super Mario Odyssey. So it'll be some time. At most, I'll probably see a port of Super Mario 3D World, as I mentioned earlier. So that could be it.
I like that. So the only job that he has saving Prison Peach and Paulina.
Well, that too. I mean, obviously that is his main job after all, right? Every game, that's his main job.
Hello, Trunkwell. So
hey, Trunkwell,
welcome
good to see
everybody. Welcome for joining the stream. We
are
dedicating the days celebrating Mario Day.
Yes, celebrating Mario.
Anything question you guys could also share.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could ask question. We'll have fun Mario Day.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna share our games, our favorite game.
Yeah, the games that I grew up with, and Evelyn as well, and give a little background history, starting with the very first.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, this is my game room. Obviously, if you don't know, I am NintendoCade gaming after all, and this is the room itself. This is where I store all my collection. If you're new to the live stream, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed so far, and subscribe and check out the game room tour if you don't know what I'm all about. I collect that from retro to modern, and part of the retro. We're gonna go retro to modern after all. First of all, I got the original Super Mario Brothers here for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this is the very first game I played.
I actually played that one too.
Back in the when I was a kid, and Evelyn played as well on your NES for a short period of time before it got stolen.
Yeah.
So some of you guys may know that. If you don't know that, the story is your uncle gave it to you, right? And then you played a little bit of it, but what is that part of that?
So
that?
I had the NES system, and then I played this one, but then someone broke into my house and then they stole the NES system.
She got robbed, guys.
Yeah.
So it's sad. Someone robbed her childhood memories. Can you imagine? Like, I grew up with it.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of this game, but she got robbed in her childhood.
And then I did play a little bit, but not a lot. But I still remember. I don't know why. I still remember every single level.
It's iconic. This is the most iconic Mario game in history. It brought Nintendo into the mainstream. It was packed with the NES action set. If you guys see up there, that is the action set up there. It's right next to the Virtual Boy right there. So if you guys get hit, that's my actual childhood NES action set. This is actually my brother-in-law. If you guys don't know his copy, but the one I got, it was in that box. It only came in the cartridge form. So, but nonetheless, fantastic game. I hope you guys, get a chance to play this one. This is like a must play if you haven't played any Mario game. That would be like
Yeah, so
a
that's the
beginner.
one. So actually, then later I
Hmm.
actually played because my uncle gave me a Super Nintendo,
Right.
and then he actually gave like three games. So one of the game is this one that I play a lot, and then this is one of my
Hmm.
favorite game. And you guys seen it? We actually been doing stream on the Super NES Classic Edition. Playing this is
Yeah.
a beautiful game.
Super
Yes,
Mario World with the first introduction
right.
to Yoshi. What's great about the Super Nintendo, obviously, from 8-bit NES to the Super Nintendo, the graphics are much more enhanced. It has more colors. The sound is phenomenal. The music. I remember when you go into the world, you get the drum roll. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun, dun. No,
know.
that's theme. It's just stick to your head into this day. It's just the enhanced ability of the Super Nintendo from the NES brings this world fleshed out in a different way and kind of gets you engrossed to the game that
Right.
you never done before with any Super Mario game. That's what was truly memorable forever, I'm sure.
Right.
So
So I think that's the, and then you will continue the rest of
I'll
the
go
game
for my,
because
my part. That's
right.
Evelyn's childhood. Unfortunately for Super Mario Brothers, unfortunately it was savage. You played that to
Yeah, I
death,
know.
really
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
I did. So, if you guys just join us now, we're doing we're gonna celebrate Mario Day. So
Yes.
right now we're going through all our favorite games. Then
Mhm.
later we could continue more question about Mario,
Yeah, we're
and
gonna we're
you
gonna
guys
we're
could
gonna,
share it too.
yeah. If you guys have trivia, that's all cool. Save it for a little bit. We want to go through the history and celebrate the legacy of
Right.
Mario itself. It's Mario Day, after all, right? My second game that I played on the NES, talking because we're going from obviously the retro to the modern day game.
Yes.
This is Super Mario Brothers 2. This is what most people call the different game than every other Mario game in the NES franchise. You obviously have 1, 2, and 3. If you guys don't know, this version of Mario Brothers was kind of like a variation of Doki Doki Panic, and the one that the Japan market got. The real Super Mario Bros. 2
Right.
was actually something similar to the very first Mario Brothers that I showed you just before, and it was a much harder game. It's what they brought over is called the Lost Level, so it's really different, I would say. But this one, I remember the mechanics are different. You actually pick up radishes. You pick up enemies. You throw them at each other. It's totally a different world. You go into the world of the dream world, and you actually go and fight Wart. It's not even Bowser. It look kind of like Bowser. I don't know. The final boss is Wart. It's kind of weird. I don't know. One thing I still remember is the introduction of Shy Guys. So if you guys
Uh,
don't know where Shy Guys came from, it's from this game. So it's actually I like this game. It's not everyone's favorite, but nonetheless I love play this when I was a kid, and it was one of the hottest Christmas games to get back in the 90s. I would say. No, I'm sorry.
oh
Yes, I got this started
man.
in early 90s, I believe.
I don't
So
feel
yeah,
old, and then I know
yeah.
Denise is also feeling that man, you're making me feel old.
If you think you feel, oh, I
Yeah.
am my bone is crusty, guys. I'm pretty old myself.
Farhad is like, Danny, you're killing me with those nostalgia. This is bring back good
Ah,
time. It does, guy. I
yes, it
mean,
does.
and then Danny is so happy to still have his own. Those are
Yeah,
his childhood copy,
yeah. It was
and
my child copy
yeah,
after
he
all. Yeah,
took care of them, and
yeah.
it's just so happy to see after about was
Hmm.
it almost 30 years?
I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't know what kind of kid was I, because most of the time when the old days,
Yeah, right.
when people buy these games and they're in cartridges, they're in cardboard, and the parents and kids tend to like trash it up or throw them out. It's packaging. When you think of buying,
Yeah.
things to in the house, you just throw out the packaging itself and you keep the item, and
Yes.
that's what a lot of these games happened to be at the time. And now, what we've grown older, we kind of appreciate these games because it brought us so much fun and nostalgia and the time in your youth that it's just amazing that I know you guys, if your first games is Super Mario Odyssey, for example, maybe like 10, 15 years down the line,
You're gonna
man,
yeah.
I should not download that game digitally. I should have gotten a physical copy, and you're
Yes,
gonna
guy.
be really gonna regret it if you don't get a physical copy, because once the server goes down, that's it. That
That's
game
it.
is gone. I mean, unless they re-release it digitally in some form of way,
Right.
but when it's a physical copy, you always have it with you. And this is what allowed me to do, because I can just bring it off my shelf, just collect this game room
Yeah.
would not be existing if it's all digital copy, and I can bring it out, show it to you guys, pop it in the cartridge in the system on Nintendo Switch
Mm-hmm.
or Nintendo Switch 3 or 4, whatever generation of systems down the line, whatever the case is, or whatever the name they're gonna name their future systems, and still play the retro games in the modern day. That's
Right.
why.
I know many people, many of you guys might think like, oh, but then digital is easy. You could carry everywhere. Guys, come on, give me
Yeah,
a
come
break.
on, it's a little
It's a
card.
little cartridge, and you
Yeah,
could actually fit it in the little
put it in a little case.
case.
Kind of put
Right.
100 of them in there. Yeah,
So think about it down the line.
yeah,
Like you give an example. Danny is giving a good example.
yeah,
Like those are his copy,
yeah,
and from 30 years ago,
yeah,
about 30 years ago. So think about it. He
yeah.
still have it, and he still show it to him. And yeah, and this is when people walk into this game room and then they look at the game, they're like, wow, I grew up with this, and I'm so sad that I threw it out.
Yeah.
I lost it, I threw the box or whatsoever.
Yeah,
So
the story continues like, oh,
yeah,
I traded in,
I
I
shouldn't
sold it,
done
I should have
that.
done that. I gave it
I
to my
should
cousin, to
kept
my
it.
uncle, my
Yeah,
whoever you gave it to, and yeah, it
it
happens.
brings a lot of memory because
Yeah,
it's you played it, you grew up with it. It's a different feeling when
yeah,
you're digital, I guess.
yeah.
I don't
Versus
know.
digital.
How
So
can you show it? Oh, I played this. What is it?
I know it's like. I mean, just imagine this, guys. When I did an episode and I show you some items, like I'll be bringing on Super Mario Bros. 2, and then of course Super Mario Bros. Would it be interesting? I show you. Here's the Switch. Here's the game I got. Is it the impact any different? Or I should, guys. This is an awesome game. Look at the back, the artwork, the wording that they put back in the day, and look at the graphics, the art style of Mario back in the day is different. Isn't this more impressive than I would just show? Hey guys, this is the Switch collection I have here. This is the game. I'm
Yeah.
scrolling down. Look at it. It's pretty cool, right? Ooh.
I'm glad that many of you prefer
Yeah.
physical. I'm
Yeah.
really glad. And then I know, and then I mean, Danny's a collector, so
Yeah.
he likes to have a complete box. And I know Mario's production is that I like to how people want to have mint copy of the game from the pack, but I don't really care if it's loose or not, which is fine.
Which is
Some
totally
people,
fine.
He have
Yeah.
friends, he have YouTubers just collect just the game.
The
And then
game
he
itself,
even,
right?
he even say that as long as the game works,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Right.
That's not a.
It's not.
yeah.
There's no right or wrong way to collect. To be honest,
As long as you have
as long as you
physical.
have physical, I support physical. The reason why I emphasize that every single time, if you guys, all of you guys, you can speak with your money to all these the manufacturers. If Nintendo, even you play with other game systems, the Sony's and the Microsoft. It doesn't matter what you play. If you guys value physical, buy physical. Because if you start spending down the line with digital only, you say, huh, we're making money on digital. Why are we spending money on physical? Well, you guys have to consider costs of manufacturing
Right.
the cartridge, the disc, the case, the artwork, the paper that has to be used, the resources, the shipment of the the packaging itself. And if that goes away, the gaming landscape just totally changes from here on, and it will never come back. It'll be all digital. Just imagine, like right now, it's starting to kind of happen, but the
Right.
physical still standing because there is a big still demand for it. So that's, you guys are the determining factor of that.
So before we continue, I know someone mentioned like Danny is looking fresh with that hat. Oh, you have no
Oh,
idea.
thank you,
Danny
thank
is
you.
actually
Yeah.
decked out.
Yeah, so I have decked out, guys. I have a Mario sweater
Even
here.
the pants
The
is-
pants. I got my pajama going on. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a pajama. It's like Mario. I don't know if you guys see it. This is Mario down the my leg here. It's kind of
So he's celebrating like that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm saying all decked out. I mean, besides my Triforce, you guys know I always wear this.
yeah, and then I know Danny's saying that I traded my GameCube collection to GameStop when I was younger. Worst mistake. There you go. There's an example right there.
Yeah.
That you do regret it. I've seen
Yeah.
many people here when they come into your game room, they say, "Oh, I regret
Yeah.
doing things like that because
The funny thing is
it's not." And also, it's not the same. If
yeah,
you
it's not the same.
buy
I know where she's getting
another
at.
One,
Yeah, it's not the
right?
same. It's
not
something
the same.
something precious when you have is your childhood, and that really it's like when you look back, like, oh my god, this is the actual game that I played when I was a kid. And for a good example, like I was talking about the original Super Mario Bros. Just before. I played with my father, and my father's not very adept to playing. He's a little bit
Yeah.
older, but at the same time, the memories that I had playing with him still hold, and that's the actual cartridge I played with my father. That really brings, a whole different perspective in why these games are so special. At least for me. So.
Yeah, right. So yeah. Oh, actually, we got this hat at Nintendo New York store.
Oh yeah, I thought your point is
Your hat.
my hat. Okay.
Actually, the whole thing is the
Oh,
Nintendo
the
New
whole
York
the whole outlet. So yeah, so if you guys know, this is from Nintendo New York. That's where I get my gear. But yeah, if you guys, if you guys are in the New York area, check out the store. really amazing, and you're in for a treat. That's for sure.
Thank you guys. Thank
Yes.
you. So, reverse said you guys stream as social entertainment. Man, keep up the work. And do
Thank
you
you.
guys
Thank
play
you.
any other console? So, let's see. Let's
Let's
see.
see. For the next game, right? You want to go to the next game?
Yeah. So that question we're gonna hold off. Just hold off for the questions, guys. We're
Okay.
gonna finish our story.
Yeah, it's gonna be short, nothing too crazy.
And then we'll get to questions.
Yeah, so the next
mainly we're gonna focus on Mario.
Mario. Obviously, it's all Mario, guys. So today's the day for Mario
Don't
Day.
ask me about Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon is not the topic, but
We'll probably have
we'll
a
get-
Splatoon day.
Yeah, we'll get Splatoon Day. Who knows, right? Who knows, right? We'll just stay tuned to that. So next game is one of my favorites of all time, and I know many old time gamers love this game. It's Super Mario Bros. 3. Really amazing because it was the introduction of these power ups that are still the landmark of the franchise. Meaning like you have not Cat Super Mario. I was thinking Cat Super Mario. That's another game because we just talked about Super Mario 3D World before.
boy.
But Raccoon Mario, I
Yeah.
should say Tanuki Mario. I should say. They have the frog suit, the power ups that you have for the raccoon. You can fly with the raccoon. Obviously, the cover says it all. He's have a raccoon tail there, flying here. It's the first time flying, so really cool.
I never played that
I've
one.
never played it. Yeah,
One.
yeah, second one, yeah. But this is many people's favorite. How many of you guys have any memories playing this though? I mean, I know maybe some of you guys out there like Chit Chat Gaming. He grew up in this era, so he can probably relate to that. But the mechanics from the first two Mario games to this
Right.
is such a revolutionary, not evolutionary jump, not revolutionary, evolutionary jump that it's just mind blowing. Like, you know,
We have some
that-
fans in there that like that.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so cool. You know, good
Wait,
that.
did we play that in the NES Classic Edition? Is it this one or the?
Mm,
This one or
I
the other one? I forgot. No,
we
this
only
one.
played the Super NES Classic Edition for Super Mario World, which is your favorite, but the
No, the NES Classic Edition.
NES Classic. I don't remember if this is on
But
the
I
NES
know
Classic
I remember
Edition.
we were playing. I don't remember, but I know we were playing.
It
One
was
of
the
them.
first Mario Brothers. I know for sure that's in there.
Yeah, and then
so-
I just watched Danny play because I never played that. So
So we play so many Mario games, guys. It's kind of like so. If you guys know, let me know. I'm curious, but nonetheless, we're gonna move on.
so after this one is actually I know I skipped you before. I
Yeah.
don't know. So it was,
Evelyn skipped me, went
so-
straight to she went straight to
because
Super
I was so
Nintendo.
excited.
Yeah.
Super Mario World. So this one I after the NES one.
And then
I
she
actually
went to
played this
Super
one.
Mario World
So
and
this
Super
is my
Nintendo.
second Mario game, and this is I played the most, I guess. Yes, I still remember where to get every item, and then yeah, Joshi and all that. I really love.
There's one part that I haven't mentioned yet was the actual special world. How many of you guys know the special world?
They're
It's the
so
extra hard stages.
hard.
Yes.
I don't think I finished that. I didn't complete the game back then, but I did play a lot at the beginnings. But that one is so hard.
I remember
it's
if you beat the
so
special world,
hard.
the all of you finish every level, and then when you go back to the beginning of the game. From that special world, all the heads of the enemies turn into like Mario-looking creatures. Like all the Koopa Troopers' head be all with Mario with mustache, and it's kind of crazy though. I looking back, I still remember very fondly completing the special world. It was actually quite challenging when I was a kid.
So there are
playing it
many
then.
of you guys remember the game and
Ah.
having a hard time playing it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I did play that during a live stream of Super NES Classic Edition gameplay. So I did not reach the special world. And maybe I'll return to it during our live stream. So who'll see from that and complete the special world, which is extremely hard.
Right.
So now we're gonna move on to the Super Nintendo.
The
it's
next two I didn't
next
really...
two. Evelyn did not really play. And this is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
So I guess you can call it kind of the sequel to Super Mario World, but not really. The reason why they share the same title, but it's a totally different game. It's a totally different game. It's not the same because of the fact that Mario is a baby now.
It's mainly Yoshi.
Yoshi's the main protagonist in the game.
Yeah.
Kind of the story is Mario kind of got dropped from the
Many of you
bird.
Like that. That's good.
Yeah, a good thing.
Actually,
Many of you guys are favorites of this.
I never knew until I met Danny
Yeah.
that some of you guys might heard of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew there was Yoshi game. I was like, "What are you talking about, Yoshi game?" He said, "Yeah, look." And he
This
actually
is the Yoshi
played
game,
it. He
right?
was in his
old game
game
room.
room. I was like,
Two
game room.
versions ago. It's
So-
old game room, 2 versions ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he just took it out, put it in the Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Here you go, try it." And I'm like, I was playing it, guys. I got so addicted to it.
Hooked.
I played the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you guys know when we played Super NES Classic Edition,
Yep.
we started playing this one. It is so cute. It's so beautiful. The game now. I'm so into many Yoshi game right now. Especially the one.
The last
that,
one you played was Yoshi's
yes,
Woolly World
yes,
on the actually Poochie's Yoshi's Woolly World on the
right,
Nintendo 3DS line of systems. So that was
right.
you had a lot of fun playing with that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
can't wait for the new one coming
Uh-huh.
up. So this is thanks to Danny. I
Yeah.
got to play this beautiful game.
This is where and just to get to the thing about this game, I remember very fondly of the graphics. It was so different. The art, color, watercolor kind of design.
Yeah, I like that.
It was so phenomenal. The gameplay is changed because there's no timer anymore. So with no timer, the mechanics of the puzzles are much more difficult and more expansive, and you could take your time to go through them.
Hello, guys. Hello, little A. Thanks for joining.
Hey, little hey, good to
So
see you.
yeah. So the next one is
The next one on the Super Nintendo, and this is Super Mario RPG: The Legend
Wait, is
of
this?
the Super Nintendo.
No, is this mint? Is
Yes,
this
it is.
new?
Oh no, it's not. If you got the one thing I want to show you guys, Evelyn kind of
Oh my
pointed out. Yeah.
gosh.
So-
Guys, you have if you guys follow us on Twitter, which
Yep.
well, you guys should follow NintendoCade. I do post picture, and you might have seen it in the YouTube community tab.
Yeah,
Yes, right?
sometimes you.
So
Yep.
I'm the one taking the pictures, and then sometime when I pull out those old game, and then I just don't want to open it. I'm like, Danny, can you just take out everything? And I'll take a picture, and then I'll say, Danny, can you put it back? Because I do not want to look at this.
Okay, so I took it out to protect the case. This is what I use to protect my games with. And when I take it out, you can see here the original thumb tabs is from the store hangs it in the store is still there. The original shrink wrap is there, but the game is open though. Don't get the wrong idea. I did open the game. I did play it.
He kept the shrink wrap.
I kept the shrink. So what I did was I cut the slit around when I was younger, and then of course I taped it down on the corners, just a little thin Scotch tape on 3 corners, and then it's still mint as ever, and that's how I kept the games back. At least some of them though. This is the later release in the Super NES line, so that's. I from there on I kept all my games in this fashion, and I'm glad I did because it's like a double protection, and it's such a mint copy of Super Mario RPG. If you guys don't know, this is actually one of the more expensive games if you retro collecting, and it's really one of the amazing games on the system. The last games on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo before the Nintendo 64. I remember the characters. This is a collaboration with Square Soft at the time. It's not Square Enix yet. The creators of Final Fantasy. The characters are very uniquely designed. Only Square Soft could develop with Nintendo, and it brings a really unique environment and gameplay. The story, really cool. Bowser teams up with you. That's how crazy it is, right? That's so a very memorable game. I don't know how many of you guys play this game, but you haven't. Check this game out. It's an RPG. It's a good introduction to the genre itself.
But if not, I think that's included in the Super NES Classic Edition.
Right.
So we haven't played it on live stream.
Right.
We might come back. We are going to come back for this playing all the games from the Super NES Classic Edition. Just we haven't had the time. We kept our promise.
Yes.
We'll come back. Remember, guys, I kept the promise playing Breath of the Wild, and I did it.
Evelyn kept the promise with Breath of the Wild.
So we do keep a promise, and we just have to find the right time. It's so many things going on, but we are coming back. And remember, we're gonna do retro on weekends. So
retro weekends after all, right?
So that's a great game. I'm glad you kept the mint condition, and I know you guys are surprised about it.
Yeah.
So if you guys, this is another thing. This is a new series that we will add into NintendoCade Gaming.
Right.
We're gonna add, because I told Danny, and many of you told him, and then Danny, why don't you just do a series telling how to collect? Because many of you guys, yes, you could just get the money and buy it, but sometimes you might miss something different.
Yeah,
when it comes to like retro, I think Danny has a pretty good experience.
I think I have a good grasp of the. I've been collecting for
Yes.
about 8 years now.
Right.
Moving on to almost 9. I would say that's how long I've been collecting. That's how I amassed this collection here. And something I'm proud of. My friends come in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I remember this. I used to have that." That's the reaction that gets to me the most, because
he's so happy every time he hears that. Like, wow, I remember this and that. and then I wish I have that. And he's so happy to hear that. And then they start saying their story, and we just listen. Everybody that
Everyone
comes
has a
in,
story, and you
coming
guys,
back.
I know you guys have your own story of what game is memorable to you and what you're cherished about your gaming in the earlier days.
Right.
So, yeah, totally reason why. Again, going back to physical, that's it
Yeah.
makes it happen.
So
I'll tell you
yeah.
that.
So going back to the topic of the new series, so I kind of like pushed Danny. I was like, why don't you do a series of collecting? You
Yes.
guys, I'm sure you guys are curious to learn. There's things that I learned a lot from him. Sometimes a lot of games he having collection is expensive,
Some of
but
them
trust me,
pretty are, yeah,
guys,
yeah.
you have to be patient, find the right price and the time, the moment to buy.
Yeah.
So he could give you some of those tips for all of you out there want to collect. I could join too. I could, because I know many of you guys ask about how do you organize it. So I could give you guys tips on how do
Of
you
the
do it.
organization. If you
Yes.
guys don't know, a little backstory if you watch my NintendoCade Game Room tour, the organization is primarily Evelyn's design. I actually collected the games. I kind of give my input in certain things I'm expecting to display, but
Yeah.
she's like the architect of this game room. So it took both of us to get it done, but she's the
Right.
one that created sort of the blueprint, and we actually had a blueprint
Oh
for
yeah, we
the game.
do.
We
We
kind of drew
do.
out the layout of where things going to be or what we thought might work or
Yeah.
may not work, and we kind of changed things around left and right, back and forth to see how works out best with the space that we have, because obviously we
Right.
don't have a limited space, so we want to maximize as best we can, and that's part of the collecting process. If you guys, any of you collectors out there, regardless of
Yeah.
whatever you collect, even bottle caps, if you wanted to, there is a space that you have and how much you could display with your collection, and you gotta make the most of it, and that's what the
Right. Yeah.
conundrum of any collector
Yeah.
would go through.
So I could help you with that. So that's a kind of like a little, like a little trailer for you guys, a
Yeah,
teaser for you guys
yeah.
to know that we're gonna have a new series. We're working on it because we wanna find the right
The right
topic
topic and
and then
time
goes
and to
in
do it. Yeah,
order. So
yeah,
it's kind of like one on one, something
yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
then it's gonna be Danny's series.
My take on the collecting. Hey, what's up, Alan? Alan Card and stuff. Good to see you, buddy.
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. We are sharing our story of our favorite Mario games, and then later we'll go into the questions. You guys,
Yes,
we'll answer
yes,
questions. I'm reading the chat, guys. It's just
yes.
that we're trying to like work everything
Right,
together.
right.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
So,
So the next game, oh, look like we missed it. We forgot to grab it's Super Mario 64 on Nintendo 64, right
oh,
behind us. But just imagine Mario flying. It's up there. It's
I'll
right.
get
Yeah,
it.
Evan will get it. We totally forgot about that. I can't believe that. We talk about evolutionary, so she's gonna grab it right now.
Wait, where is it?
It's an
Oh.
alphabet. There we go.
I know, I forgot that.
There we go. Super Mario 64, my favorite, one of absolute favorite of all time. I remember playing this game at Toys R Us.
Wait, is this another one with shrink wrap?
Yes, it is. If you, I told you after the Super Nintendo, I kept everything in its original shrink wrap. If you guys, it's very minty. Everything's in there. So I'm a complete embossed collector. If you guys have not known that, there's a term for it, meaning you collect all the precautions manual, the manual itself, the paperwork, everything that was originally in the packaging in this box. So yes, I
Look
did
at
play
that.
that.
Some of you guys play this as Sab Vasquez. Like, oh, the first time I played Mario at 64 at Target, I was blown away.
Nice. I'm glad that you remember
I think
this though.
you tried on Toys R Us, right?
Yes, I played at Toys R Us. It was this kiosk. I don't know how you guys remember. They had this game. This is like the only game
Wait,
available
is
at the
this
time.
new?
It's it's open. It's open.
Oh, because someone said it's new and minty. It's actually open.
It's open. The way I do it, I cut the slit of
It
the
does
shrink
look
wrap
new.
here, here, and just to open it up, I tape it down with a Scotch tape, and you can actually access everything in there. But it's actually original. Everything the shrink wrap is original. It's not resealed or anything like that. I keep it in these plastic cases to protect it. Yeah.
That's another thing that we're gonna
Yeah.
go through on the
Right.
series, and then we're gonna help you guys, teach you guys, and then we'll share ideas. We
Right.
might learn things from you guys, and then you learn from. That's how we learn
Yeah.
things.
Hey,
right?
Van Buren, good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Andrew, thanks for joining.
All right, so we all talk about retro and modern Mario games. Actually, getting to modern day Mario games. So talking about what the kiosk, yeah, it was the only kiosk available, and I remember with the hype and popularity back at this era of gaming, it was the first time Nintendo went 3D. It
Uh-huh.
was very primitive 3D, but when the Nintendo 64 came out, it's just mind blowing with the three worlds that was available. It's kind of like now we take this kind of genre for granted because we had Super
Right.
Mario Odyssey, but this is the first of its kind of the older sibling of Super Mario Odyssey. This is what started it all. If you guys don't know, the exploration aspect of
Right.
Mario game in 3D is from this game, and it took one of the best games during that era, and it's
Hey,
actually one of the best games.
Jordan!
Hey, Jordan, good to
Thanks
see
for
you, friend.
joining.
Wow,
So we
Jordan
do have
Fringe.
YouTubers in here, Van
Yes,
Buren and Jordan.
Jordan's in
Feel
the
free to
house.
check them out.
Yes.
Their channel is amazing.
If you guys don't know who
Yeah.
Jordan is CND's editor,
Yes.
and we go a long way back though. Me and Jordan, I'll tell you that we did
Oh
YouTube
yeah.
when YouTube was so, I guess, I don't know, more primitive than nowadays, and it's the way it is that we know. And great to see your channel blowing up like crazy, buddy.
Yeah,
All
we're so
right,
happy when you reach the 10,000
yeah,
subscriber.
yeah, 10K.
Yeah, I
We
know.
gotta meet up with you one day again sometime.
Oh, we're
That'll
definitely
be
here. We definitely. There's convention coming up. This year is gonna be lit, guys. This year,
lit.
it's
Yes.
so many things going on.
Yes.
I have to be keeping track with in the calendar, writing down everything. And also, been very amazing. Your
Love
channel
his
is
content.
growing.
Another YouTuber that I watched
Oh my
before
gosh,
I even
yeah.
really started YouTube. So he's been doing it for a very long
We are
time.
very
Yeah.
happy for you, Van Buren, that you
Yes.
are really getting
Mhm.
closer to 10,000. You
Yeah.
deserve it. Yeah, you're putting a lot of effort to it. Good.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of work, guys. You guys don't understand. YouTuber, yes, it's fun, but at the same time, we have to brainstorm with work hard for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys enjoy our content. If you guys think like, oh, Danny has so many games,
I
he
don't get to
plays.
play any of
We
these
don't
games,
get to
guys. I
play the
really don't.
games,
Yeah,
guys.
I only play. To be honest, is when I hang out with you guys during
Streams.
live streams. That's
Or
the
sort
honest.
of trying to make a
Trying to
review, but
review,
then it's
trying to
not
review. Yeah.
because it's like rushed to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not like this game he played.
I played when
Like
I was a kid. I had all the time in the world. I'm 100% it, getting 120 stars. I know that the Mario Odyssey has so many moons now, but yeah,
I
that was the number.
know.
That was the number back then. Yeah, there's so. Whew,
I know. I'm sure the eShop update it takes a lot of time, and good for you.
yeah,
You deserve all
that
those.
serious
Yeah,
belongs to you. If you
yeah.
guys want to know updates of what's happened on the Nintendo eShop, or the latest games coming out,
Yes.
the indie titles that comes out, or even the major games that comes out,
And
his
you
channel's the one to do
lazy
it.
to go look through it,
Yeah,
just go to Van Buren channel and
yeah,
click. In a few minutes, he'll summarize everything for you
yeah.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys should check eShop.
eShop,
Like
yeah.
you guys to get the news and everything because they show a lot of like indie games, third party
Mm-hmm.
games. So remember, Danny always tell you guys support third party games.
Yes,
The more you support, the more you see.
the more you see, more games come you have
Yes,
on board,
yes.
and more games for everyone to play. This is a world right now for Nintendo Switch is fantastic. I have never seen such a support ever since the Super Nintendo. It's kind of insane to see the amount of games
Yeah.
that's coming,
But
especially with
right.
Nintendo Direct that they announced. I was so happy, like Okami HD remastered.
Yeah.
I'm just mind blown. I'm still thinking Smash, but I know
I
there are other games in there. You guys know what they are. I don't want to get going at.
All right, Danny.
We'll
Today's Mario Day.
we get
okay?
Mario Day. Today's Mario Day. We're gonna get back to the
Let me
topic
get him
though.
started with the
I can go
Nintendo
on and on.
Direct because
Yeah, I can go on with Smash 5, whatever the case you want to name it.
He didn't sleep.
I couldn't sleep, man. If you guys watch my reaction, it is lit. I was like, whew, boom. My mind was just blown. I couldn't imagine.
I know
what-
many of you guys too. I'm sure. You
yeah,
guys
with the
were.
silhouette with Mario and Link right next to each other, the Breath of the Wild Link. Oh, I can go bonkers talking about that all day.
Right.
So, getting back to on topic,
So
the
now
next game is
GameCube, right?
GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube. That is this one here, Super Mario Sunshine. Now, how many of you guys played this game? I know that the GameCube wasn't the most successful system for Nintendo, and it was overlooked by many people.
Many of you guys actually enjoyed this one. When we did the stream, you guys had fun watching Danny
Right.
going around. Like the painting, like it's so cool.
Yeah, I see a couple of you guys that are like, oh, this Sunshine, this is my game, I have it. All right, got it.
I feel like
Jo-
it was
Jo-
like I felt like it was like Splatoon. The
It's like
ink.
Splatoon. You know, this is my thing. The idea that came with Splatoon, you usually it's not using ink, but you use flood and you spray water, you clean it.
Which it looks like similar,
Yeah, but
right?
it's kind of opposite because
I love I
instead of
love this
using paint.
game.
Oh, you love it. Okay, so we got fans in here. I'm glad you guys can resonate. But instead of obviously painting the ground, covering turf, it's more like you cleaning the turf. It's like the opposite of Splatoon. So nonetheless, I love the environments. Very different. Tropical, vacation, you name it.
The color is amazing.
Colors very vibrant. Hopefully one day Nintendo
That's
re-releases in some form.
actually someone's question. It's like, do you think they will release that in HD remake for the Switch?
You know what? With the Nintendo Switch, you never know. You can never
And
guess
not
what
only
Nintendo's
for
thinking.
that, yeah, Nintendo always bring us surprises, guys.
Yeah.
You know that. Look at the Nintendo Direct. Okay, let's not go start.
We're not gonna go back to Nintendo Direct.
Let's not get started. But I'm sure E3 this year.
It's gonna be lit, guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
And
I'm telling you right now.
yes.
They already released a bombshell with the Smash there.
So imagine there.
I know Nintendo was keeping their
Something
big
big.
cards close to their chest right now. They're not telling anyone. Not that I know, but I'm just saying. I'm sure there's something. They usually
Because
leave
that's
something for the best
actually
later.
The whole entire year, that's actually the days that you're supposed to show the best.
Yes.
So I'm sure
That-
Nintendo
has something in store for us.
surprise,
I'm telling you guys right
Which
now.
is good. We're gonna be so excited.
We're gonna be excited.
Oh my
We'll find
goodness.
out live with you guys. So stay tuned for once that time comes around. But I'm glad you guys are have memories of Super Mario Sunshine. And, there's some love for this game, and hopefully we'll see an HD remaster of this game.
Right.
And people appreciate more of it. New generation and never got to try it out back in the GameCube era. All right, so pretty neat.
yeah, so Danny did play all the Mario games.
Yeah.
It just like a lot. He likes all of them. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like I think he chose these because it brings him every single one has a story behind it.
Yeah.
And he always remembers that. So oh, there you go.
I have to
another
pull
one.
out on a shelf. You guys are wondering what I'm doing. I'm literally grabbing games off my shelf because I'm kind of remember. Oh yeah, this is the next game I'm pulling out. So the next game, moving to the next generation of system, is
the
the
Wii.
Nintendo Wii. I know that a lot of you guys played this game. When the Wii was in its heyday, really
Wow.
fantastic game. It's a little bit different than Super Mario 64 because of the exploration aspect is kind of take a step back and kind of go into the galaxy, right? That gravity effect. Joey
it's
Mine is definitely
a-
have some connection with Galaxy. How many of you guys actually love this game? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts about it. But I know that many of you guys have fond memories of this one. I remember playing this pretty fun with the controls. A little bit different because you have the cursor,
Yeah.
kind of getting the bits,
See,
the
many
star
of you
bits there.
guys like it. Nice.
All right, cool.
I didn't play that.
Yeah, Evelyn unfortunately did not get to. It's
Yeah.
blasphemy. I know, right? It sounds blasphemy that Evelyn did not get to play. Should she play though one day? I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I stopped playing after the Super Nintendo, guys.
Yes.
So if you guys heard the story, that's my.
Yeah,
I
so
stopped.
literally, she stopped from the Super Nintendo when. If you guys don't know the story, is Evelyn plays Splatoon on the Nintendo Wii U.
Yeah.
So the last game before that was Super Nintendo. So she skipped all the 3D generation of gaming.
I
then went to
I had the Wii, but
Wii.
it was not really. I only played what was a Wii Sport. or
Wii Sport. Not really
It's just
counted, right?
moving, but then that's pretty much
it's
it.
fun, but it's Evelyn's a hardcore gamer right now. You guys know that she's a Splatoon player, but I get told a Splatoon player, because I always keep the imagining mind of her playing Breath of the Wild. She's always good with the cameras, the movement, the fast pace of Splatoon 2, and then when she goes to Breath of the Wild, she kind of take her time and still kind of look at the controller. What am I doing? What am I jumping? That's
I wanted to Zelda because of you guys, but it's so amazing. It's a beautiful game, and then
Yeah.
I haven't played Splatoon until like yesterday. And then when I was playing with my lead team member, I was like, "Oh my goodness, the control's so fast!" Because I haven't touched Splatoon for a week and so.
Yeah.
I felt like it was moving so fast. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So after the Super Nintendo.
Mhm.
So you want to show that one? Go ahead.
I was no. If you had something to say,
No,
I'll
because
let
we're
you.
gonna go to the next
All right,
one.
we
so-
want to get moving. We're gonna move on to the next game. The next game that on the franchise is Super Mario Galaxy 2, the sequel to the first Galaxy. My question to you guys is, which one do you like better, Galaxy 1 or 2? This one obviously has a bit more emphasis on Yoshi. I love the he gets flamed up and he runs very quickly because the peppers or
Right.
something hot that he eats up and he runs around. The developers, I remember at the time, whatever idea they had, so many ideas for the game, and they kind of rolled it over to Galaxy 2. That's why we have a sequel on Nintendo
I
Wii
was gonna ask you why they had
2.
two.
It's not if you guys notice that not many Mario games have number series. Like obviously you have Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
But not often you get to see like the same type of
Yeah.
mechanic, the Galaxy mechanics done again, because all Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 on the NES, so every one of them
Yeah.
are pretty different. I mean, they do side scrolling, but I guess the evolution of it is a big difference from each iteration. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But how many of you guys like more, 1 or 2, just to get a gauge of it? So
There goes the numbers 1 and 2.
I see numbers here. All right, so good to see some. All right, Joy Mine is a 1. I was curious to see what you
One,
1 1.
one,
All right, all right. Look like most people have a fond memories of the first one. Hey, Exolina, good to see you.
two. Okay, that's
All
not
right,
bad.
so
Okay.
2. We got
I mean,
a
everyone
split.
has the preference, guys. So, probably it's different. I mean, everyone have a memory from it. So I'm sure you guys, but I'm glad you guys enjoy and
Yeah.
played it too. It was a great game. Squid
Definitely.
Links and 1 and 2.
1 and 2. All right, so you love them
Three.
both. You love them both.
Both?
Oh,
Okay,
it's all
great.
good. It's all good. All right. So
I don't know what's 4.
that's 4. Hopefully, guys, you don't know. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm thinking these two games might get an HD remake. Who knows? That's the thing about Nintendo now. You just never can know what to expect. They were on standard definition with the Wii. It's not an HD console. Can you
Right.
imagine how great it will look on the Switch? You can play it on the go. The fact that I think it's possible because obviously you had a little bit of motion
Yes.
control with the Joy Cons now,
Yes.
so it can do it with the
Right.
Wii, right?
And then it looks like the Joy-Con, the technology is more like
It's much more up there in advanced and
Right.
accuracy than even on the original Wii was presented. So just a
Yeah.
thought for you guys that you may not consider, and you, I don't know if you guys would like to see the Galaxy game come back
I'm
on
sure
the
you
on the
guys-
Nintendo Switch. Again, let more bigger audience to possibly try it out. Even let Evelyn play for the first time. She never got to play the original Galaxy game, so there you go. New possibilities
I think
there.
so. But it might be a possibility because they thought of when they made the Joy-Con, they already thought ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Nintendo Labo. I'll just give you an example, guys. If you guys watch our blog going to the
Yes.
Nintendo Labo private event, they already thought about how to use it on the Nintendo Labo. The camera, the vibration, the technology is in there.
It's pretty. It pretty much is like we didn't believe it until we saw it.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
just the
yes.
thought that going into it that made these cardboard come alive. It's not just
Right.
putting the cardboard together. It's the interaction of putting it together and
Yes.
using into the interconnection with the cardboard with the controller
Right.
to make it like, for example, the RC car. You need the Joy Cons to actually
Yes.
make it move and control. You can actually make it go in different directions the way you want it,
Right.
based on the way you press
Or like
the
the
buttons.
piano. When you
piano.
guys play the piano on the cardboard, you're actually touching only the cardboard. You're not even touching the Nintendo Switch, neither the Joy-Con. So why you touching the cardboard, which is the keyboard, right? Then the Joy-Con receive the information, and then that's what it plays out on
Yeah.
the Switch. So what do you guys think? Maybe Nintendo will plan now, and then maybe we'll see Galaxy
Yeah,
on the
they
Nintendo Switch.
they surprised us with Labo. They surprised us again with
Yes.
Smash. It keeps bringing Smash. I just still my fresh in my head. But 2018 just began, guys, and we still got a long way to go from seeing what's happening.
Alright,
All right,
so
so
the next
moving
one?
on to the next game.
So the next one after the NES, Super Nintendo, I haven't played any Mario game until this one.
Yes.
Until the Wii
Super
U.
Mario World, the 3D World.
Yes.
So
I
there
have-
is Super Mario Brothers U. Actually, you did play that with the Brothers U. You played as well. You forgot
Or is
about
it
that one.
this one?
This one's the 3D one. There's actually another
Oh, yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Evelyn totally forgot
Oh,
about that one.
God.
She forgot to
You have
point it
so
out.
many games.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros. U is actually the one that Evelyn played right with to the Wii U
Oh,
era.
yes.
Yes, now she remembers. She did play this one though. Yes, it is. So This is the next one on the first game that it was a launch title. Kind of talking
Yeah.
about. We only talking about console games. I know that there were portable iterations, but I'm just
Hmm.
gonna focus. Otherwise, this stream is gonna go on for hours on end. But
We're never gonna
we're
finish.
never gonna finish. But I'm just talking about console iteration. I know that there's the DS, 3DS,
But we're
Mario
talking
games.
about the
So
ones that we grew up.
no,
I mean that it's a special place for us. So,
yeah. Hmm.
but for me, it was only three Mario games
Yeah,
that I
three Mario games.
play.
So yeah, but I do remember
I play with you
yeah,
that
Evelyn
time.
played with me, and the funny thing is, you have obviously the ability to play two people,
Yes,
a co-op. I was the one who making the blocks for Evelyn to jump because obviously she never really played a
you
Mario game for a long time,
guys.
and then I make those platforms for her to jump on these difficult
Yeah.
areas, so it makes it easy for her. So she was taking the main role, and I was the block maker. I guess you call it you
But you
will.
know what's the other thing that and remember? We remember after each level you could post something on
Yeah.
me. Is it mirrors?
Yeah, yeah, you could do.
Yes, right.
Yeah, you could
Then you could
post like a
post that.
little. You could draw a little
Yeah, it's
a
so
message and stuff like that, and you
cool.
can see it pop in the through. Unfortunately, Miiverse has
I
ended
know.
sadly, but it was great while it lasted. It was very different though to have a social media post happen on the Wii U. So.
I know, Fahaz. I can't stay here for hours. Let's go 24-hour stream. Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh, you guys are killing me. All
All right.
right,
So
so.
those are really our
Mhm.
games that we enjoy the most.
Yeah,
And
and I'm just gonna give you a little. This one here. This is a great game for play for people. I remember I
yeah,
was playing with her brother
I know.
Daniel. Uh,
Someone's like playing this with people, or so sometimes sometimes frustrating.
yes, it can be
Yes,
for
it
yes,
can
yes,
be frustrating if
yes.
you don't work together because the other person could be behind, and then we're like, no, we need to go. Hurry up, we need to
We go
go
that way,
that
this
way,
way.
and then it will turn into bubble.
Yeah,
Then we can't because the stage is a space on
yeah.
the right.
You can only
It's a
go so
limit.
much. Yeah, and then obviously the person behind is gonna float back to
And then
all the other
I remember when
players.
we were playing with my brother Daniel and Giselle. So we sometimes we die because they became bubble, and then we die, and then that's it.
That's it. Because one person has to stay alive to make it happen. Just to keep the game going. Or
It's
else we have
like
to start from the beginning or the
yeah,
checkpoint.
it's like Splatoon.
Yeah,
In
it's
some
like it
run,
really
right?
is like Platoon. Yeah, indeed. Oh my goodness.
But it is a great game after all.
Yeah.
I had so much fun
Hmm.
playing, and there's so many games in the Wii U. I know Wii U is it's underrated. It's console system, but
But the
the
games on
games
it
are
is really
phenomenal,
fantastic.
and I'm really happy to see it that they are really
Mhm.
bringing it to the
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch
Yep.
because those are great games. So like Harry Warriors,
I Wars is another one that's bring
Donkey
over
Kong
Donkey Kong Country
Country,
Tropical
right?
Freeze.
Oh, that one is another
Woo!
one.
Love those games. Those are
Hard,
hard, but in really a good way though.
right?
So obviously you guys know after these Mario games, there obviously we have the
And
most
Odyssey. Oh
latest.
yeah, we forgot to put on
I forgot to
Odyssey.
pull out Super Mario
Okay, you
Odyssey.
guys know.
You guys know what that game is all about. If you guys don't know what that is, I don't know where have you been. That is a game you guys should be playing.
I was
I'm
like,
looking at you guys. I'm telling you, you should be playing Super Mario Odyssey at
I was
least
like, we're missing
the whole
something,
thing. Yes.
but it's right there. I know.
It's right there
So
on my shelf, but you guys know the deal. You know the jump up superstar song is just sticking in your head by
yeah,
now,
let's
right?
do Odyssey. Then you should do Odyssey.
Do the Odyssey, right? I mean, the sad thing is I don't have time to play every game that I have, but that's one game that I need to still complete. And the new DLC for the Balloon World with Luigi popping out and
We
hiding
haven't
these
played
balloons.
that
Maybe
yet.
someday I will, you guys give me your code. I'll look for your balloons, and maybe if you guys are interested in doing that, I'll do it. I was still thought about doing it, but I got to complete the game first. It's sad. I don't know what am I doing, but
But we will this year. This
yeah,
year we
I will
will.
get to it, guys. I will play Bloom World Pasta if you guys are interested.
Yes,
If
yes.
I'll definitely do that.
All right, so let's get back to questions.
Yeah, if you
So
guys have any questions, about the games I just mentioned earlier, or collecting in general, or anything about the channel,
Mario,
the manual,
about Mario,
Mario, okay, or anything about Mario, I thought you said the manual. I'm like manual. I
Mario.
thought it was like the paper manual from the games. One thing I do miss about these games that I mentioned, every single one of them, um, every single one, yes, every single one of them, maybe except the Wii U ones, had a manual. early, even the Wii U at the beginning, they had manuals, so it's
All
kind
right,
of
let's see.
sad.
I'm gonna pick some questions in here. Are you guys more Zelda or Mario fan?
Wow. I, I was that's a good question. To be honest, I had to think pretty deep into that. I am a Zelda a gamer
He
at heart.
have
Like
all the Zelda
all the Zelda
games,
games.
all of them.
I say I love them both almost equally, but the tip probably goes to Zelda for me because as I grew on older, I love the depth, the venture, the feeling of exploration. Not to say that Mario doesn't have it.
but
It's just
huh,
that that level is really a wholly different type of games.
but
Yeah.
huh. Danny, answer carefully.
Ah,
Oh my
I
goodness.
like that one. You kind of
Oh my
put me on the spot.
gosh, you guys are so late. Hold on one
Oh, you
second.
guys
Let
have a
me
lot of
just,
questions here,
yeah.
huh? You guys have a
All right.
question. All right.
Well, Soccer Hero, I know it's not. I'll let you go on that one. I mean, I know it's not Mario, but Mario is in that game. Okay, Danny, do you think Smash will be a port?
That's a good question. With the Nintendo Direct, there was many indications that saying it's a brand new game because there was a little trademark on the bottom. It says HAL Laboratories. In the
Right.
previous Super Smash Bros. Game on the Wii U, it was co-produced by Nintendo and Bandai Namco. But one thing that you guys may not be aware of, Masahiro Sakurai was part. They made the game in collaboration with Bandai Namco at the time, and Sakurai was working in headquarters in
Mm-hmm.
Bandai Namco. So I don't know how it came to be. I have a feeling. I know many things that people think that to bring out a game very fast, there has to be a port. Something that it came to me that it might be a new game. It's pointing to me, I think it's a newer game because the fact
Right.
that the logo's different, the way that it's presented with the split. I mean, obviously a port, they will use the same logo, like Toad Treasure Tracker or Hyrule Warriors
Oh,
Definitive
yeah,
Edition.
you make
They
sense.
use the same logo.
And what?
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll put like a little subtitle, oh, definitive edition or
Deluxe, deluxe.
deluxe or whatever the case, or master edition, whatever the subtitles be.
That makes
But
sense.
with the Smash, it was a totally different logo, and the
Yeah.
presentation with the big fiery
Which is
Smash
looks the
ball.
same.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
Smash Ball, but it's such the presentation points is like this is a lit game, new
Yeah.
game possibly. So hopefully you kind of get an idea what I'm trying to get at here, and maybe you guys agree with me. Let me know if you guys agree with that, because that's my analysis and how I thought about it. I think it's a new game though.
Yeah. Mason.
Mason, what's up, buddy? Mason of Delfino. All right, one of our best friends from E3 and of course in real life. So good to see you. Hang out
Yeah.
with us.
Oh my goodness, I
Oh,
lost the
this chat
track.
is lit. You guys have a lot of questions, so
Yeah, I
be patient
know.
with me. I'll try to get as much as I
Yeah,
can.
we gotta try to
Mhm.
answer a question. Okay, I found it. So, Denise, hardest Mario game to find?
The hardest Mario game to
That's a good
find.
question.
Ooh, I'm
Do you say think GameCube maybe? No.
um
Maybe Super Nintendo?
the I wouldn't the thing about Mario games, if you talk about officially released Mario games, they're not that hard to find. The reason why is they're very popular games, games that were bought by the masses. It's very mass produced, and it's very popular games. Like the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES is one of the older games on my collection, but it's a very common game. Even though it's old, it's been around for over 30 years. You can still find it very easily, very cheaply. Mario games tend to hold its value. That's another thing that guys don't know about the retro game collecting, but nonetheless, I think they're very
Yes.
easy to find. They're not very difficult to find if you really
It
want to look
might,
out for them. Yeah,
yeah, it might, maybe your question will be like, which one is the more expensive? Then
yeah.
then they do have an expensive one then.
Yeah, if
But
you talk
yeah,
about value, they all value differently. Like Super Mario RPG that I
right.
mentioned earlier for the Super Nintendo, they tend to be up in the price, especially if you're collecting in complete, all the shebang, and that dictates the price differently for sure.
So yeah, I
All
know
right,
there's
let's see
another question. Oh my
next one.
goodness, I have to scroll up because you guys are so
You guys
lit.
are so
Yeah.
lit though,
I
awesome.
got it. How many Mario spin-off games will come to the Switch? Mario Maker, sports games, golf, Mario Party. Many have already been ported, such as Super Mario
Hmm.
Bros. No, I'm sorry, Super Smash Bros. And Captain Toad. What do you want the most? Ooh.
You mean of the
Oh,
spin-off?
the like the yeah spin-off.
Wow, that stuff. I think the first most recent memory was Toad Treasure Tracker. I actually mentioned it to Evelyn
Yeah, he
right
did.
before even they released announced it on the
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Direct recently and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if they're going to put the Toad Treasure Tracker." It was such a obscure type of Mario game. I wouldn't say Mario game. It's like based on the world of Super Mario 3D
Yes.
world that many people did not notice at the beginning
It's
and
a very,
it's a very fun,
yeah,
different pace game.
adorable. I love
Take it
it.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Hmm.
fun. It could be hard. It is. It's like sort
Yeah.
of puzzle it,
Hmm.
but puzzle, but it's really fun.
It's very charming, guys. It's something that, after the fast pace of you playing some of the other games, I'm
Like
not gonna
Splatoon.
Splatoon or even for me right now recently it's Bayonetta. I know
Oh
I'm playing
yes,
Bayonetta. Cereza. If you guys know right now, I know you guys gonna put the cherry up.
I know they
You
going
already gotta put the
to.
cherry. But yeah, definitely
Uh,
that's what I thought about that.
what do
Total
you?
Tracker.
What do you guys want to see in the Mario movie? Oh no, that's
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Mario movie. The last Mario movie that they made was pretty horrible. I'm not gonna deny it. I was one of those kids that wanted to see in the theaters the original Mario movie with Dennis Hopkins, and John Leguizamo, all as the cast. It's kind of insane. I don't know what to say, but if they do a Mario movie, I hope they do it right. Something that's more akin to the series itself, and they kind of went off track with that movie. So yeah, maybe an animated movie or an anime itself. That I think that would be a more fitting to the series versus like a live action movie.
Right.
Uh,
Let's see. How did
let's
let's
see. What's the next
see.
question? You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the questions, though. But if you guys enjoy this chill stream, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Consider subscribing to NintendoCade. That appreciate gets us to that next milestone. We just hit that 15K mark, and this is our way to interact with you guys one on one, the best way possibly.
So this is from Richard. If you can choose one Mario game to call your absolute favorite, which one would it be? Oh my goodness, we have a donation.
Oh, we have a donation. Oh my God, goodness, and that's Fahad. Wow,
Fahad! Oh my gosh, thank you
Fahad.
so much, Fahad.
Thank you, Fahad.
Cherries
Really.
in chat. Hey, Danny.
I'm telling you, I still owe you that Bayonetta stream. I'm gonna get back to it for you. There, I
Stay
know that. Stay tuned.
tuned.
That's the
But
race.
you know it's gonna be like sort of a late stream.
Yes, yes. So make sure to stay awake, guys. Sleep is for the weak. Of course, you gotta be the right age, though. I can't just say that you come on my stream, guys. Even if you're like 10 years old and you're like watching me, I'm giving you the warning,
Oh
guys. It's a
my
very mature
god,
stream.
yeah.
It's gonna be lit, but you feel free to come on board if you're at the right age, 18 up, please.
Oh, we really appreciate your donation. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you so
much,
much.
Fahad.
That will help
Yes.
us on our channel very, very much. All the donations really matters to us because it kind of helps us out in little bits and pieces that you guys may not be aware of. But getting back to the
Uh,
question
what did I
before,
ask?
if you had one particular game
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah. Oh no,
absolute
favor
my favorite, if I had to pick one absolute favorite game,
from the
I would
Mario.
probably say it's a toss up between Super Mario Brothers on the NES, the very first one, or Super Mario 64. Those I think are the most revolutionary games from my time because
Yes.
Mario Brothers introduced me to video games. Super Mario 64 is the first game in 3D, and they're timeless. I can always still play them any time of the day and have a blast doing so. That's my absolute
Yeah.
choices there. If I had to pick one of the two, that's very hard, and I don't know what to say. But those are my choice of all advanced, all the Mario games. And one thing I want to mention, the Mario games I showed here are not every single Mario game there is. There are more. I just want to pick the ones that kind of
Oh
have the
yeah, there are
most,
more.
more. Yeah, there's more. There's tons. I haven't spoken about the Mario Kart franchise, the Paper Mario
Oh
franchise.
yeah.
Um, so what else is there? Like Paper Mario. I said.
Yeah, and then like Mario and Luigi.
Mario and Luigi, so the series there. There's tons
There's
of
so
yeah, so
many.
many. I just want to get to the kind of the foundation of the Mario games that I played the most. And I did play all the other ones. Not to say, but yeah, that's why we're doing the list right now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it will all take forever to get
I
through the list
know.
though.
Richard is asking, do you guys think they'll port Super Mario Maker to the Switch? That
I
can
think it will happen.
yes.
I think I didn't pick out Super Mario Maker before because I have a feeling you guys gonna mention it, and it is one of the Mario games that are really unique. It's actually one of the first Mario games that you can actually create your own levels. With that in mind, I do believe Nintendo is gonna do it eventually. They want, but I don't think that they're gonna do just a straight port, more like a real sequel to Mario Maker, because it's a something like that fosters creativity, and it could be something that a community can be built upon, and have vibrant community just building their own levels. And can you imagine like playing unlimited levels on a Nintendo Switch anywhere you go? It's gonna be lit. I'll tell you guys that. I know it's gonna happen. I don't know
We
how to
have
do
a
it.
new subscriber here,
Who's that?
Mr. Do 206.
Oh my God, Mr. Dude
He said
206.
congrats on 50,000. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You always
Yeah, but troll me here.
trolling.
You're
Yeah.
trolling me here. Another YouTuber, guys. If you guys don't know, he's a good friend of mine since the old days of YouTube. OG right
What
there.
is from Claudia? What is a game you and Evelyn bond the most with?
Wow. I can't say
Wow.
Splatoon 2. There's no way in the world I say that. That's not even a question. I can't say that.
I
Um
cannot say Smash
I
either.
can't say Smash either. We
I
play
have to say maybe in the Wii U, right?
on the Wii U. We play a lot of Mario Kart
Well,
8.
guys, let's back to the story first. When I met Danny,
There's a story for you guys right there. Honestly, I don't know what the
only
story
you
is.
guys know about
Yeah.
it. And when I met Danny, so I met Danny like I don't know, like May.
May.
Oh yes, May on my birthday. Yes, May.
You
Yes,
guys
I
know
remember May.
May, the month of May is Evelyn's birthday. That's
So
first
we met,
reveal.
and then I think July or July, August. We
Something
went.
like that.
He's like, oh, there's a Nintendo store. I'm like, there's a Nintendo store.
I know
So
what you're getting at now.
so
Yeah.
he took me to the Nintendo store, and then that was the first time we took a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, so it was the first time, and
Yeah.
I still have the picture. If you guys watch the tour,
Yes.
then he actually put the picture in there, and I won't tell you what year. You guys should find out what year was that.
Yes. So, if
Yes.
like Evelyn said, we put up
Nintendo store.
a very comprehensive, in-depth Nintendo New York store tour. At the very end, we actually put a picture, our very first picture together, going to Nintendo New York store
guys
or
funny.
World Store at the time.
Soccer heroes like grab your popcorn, people.
Uh,
All right, so yeah, so we went to the oldest store, Nintendo store, but now since in the new one, Danny actually work on a new tour. Many of you guys
Yeah.
watched it, and thank you so much for watching and commenting on it. We put our picture there.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys found it.
Yeah.
Some of you missed it, and I know who. One of our
Yes,
mod missed
Mars
it.
missed it, yeah. And the thing is, though, we put the year there when we were visiting the Nintendo
Yeah.
World Store.
And
It was
it's
called the
not-
World Store, by the way, instead of New York.
Yeah.
They changed the name down the line, and that's what came to be. And yeah, Joey, man, you probably went back there and looked for it. I know you.
Yeah, so getting back to the story, so that's how I knew about the Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
store. And then one day Danny was telling me, he's like, oh, it was November 18, I remember,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then actually he told me November 17. He's like, tomorrow, actually tonight midnight lounge is midnight lounge for the
Nintendo Wii U,
Nintendo
right?
Wii U. And then he's like, it's okay. He was just like, it's okay, I won't go. But then I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't even know. What do you mean?
What
by
is a Wii U?
No. Yeah, what is a Wii U, first of all? And I'm like, but what is a midnight lounge? I didn't know anything about that. Back then, before I met Danny, I say, what are those people doing in the line? 6 o'clock in the morning? Are they crazy? Oh yeah, guys, what happened? You know what happened? I'm one of the crazy people that actually went with Danny. I'm like, no,
Yep.
let's go.
Let's do it.
And then we did that. I went with him to the line, and he was so like, I guess.
I was.
Yeah, he was.
Can you
like,
imagine you're obviously I just knew Evelyn at the
We just
time,
knew,
and I don't even know if she's really into games yet. I'm still discovering, and she found out my game room. That was the first step. Second step, now our Nintendo New York store. Can she handle it? She handled it very well. She's a trooper. She came on board, stayed with me at the launch.
8 hours.
8 hours, something
Yeah.
like that. And then of course, you guys follow our channel. We were at the Nintendo New York store launch of the Nintendo Switch. That is mind blown. 30
That
plus
was-
hours. Oh my god, that makes the
That
Nintendo
was-
Wii U launch
yeah,
the
like
baby. Nothing. That
yeah.
was the cake, the icing on the cake here of the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch launch. Woo! 30 plus hours.
Yeah,
There you go.
so
And
that's
that-
how it
she does it.
started. So getting back to your question, so which game we bond the most? I would say many of them from the Wii U, like the Mario game that we just played on Wii U.
I know that
right?
we bond pretty well with Yoshi's Island,
Yes.
Yoshi's Island for Super
Yes.
Nintendo, because it's her first reintroduction into the Super Nintendo gaming in general,
Yeah.
and she hasn't gained all that much ever since from that
Yeah, it
point on.
stopped.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that one.
I think I would say Yoshi's Island.
And then sort of Wii U, I would say
Yeah,
too. I'll
when
give it
Wii U,
to the
yeah.
Wii U
We
too.
play a lot
Yeah.
of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh, not 8 Deluxe. Mario
No,
Kart
no,
8.
Mario
I had to say
Kart.
Mario Kart 8 because I had to say the right name. Mario Kart 8. We also play Super Mario 3D World a bit, and those are the games that we play the most. And
Talking about Mario Kart, how many of you guys would want to play for like a tournament of a NintendoCade tournament, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
yeah, I'm curious though. We were thinking of coming back, visiting
But I
Mario Kart 8
wasn't
Deluxe.
sure
Yeah.
if they are interested. Maybe they might not be interested. Maybe they might moved on. They
Yeah.
might not when you want to play Mario Kart 8
Or
Deluxe.
maybe you guys are on playing with your Bayonetta, slashing off those enemies of the cases.
right?
I don't know what the case is, but we were thinking of revisiting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because everyone can play. We can have a
Even then, he
tournament.
will play. He'll play the battle
I'll play
mode.
it. I'll play it, and we might both play at the same time. You'll never know what can happen
And
from
let's
that.
see who's the he'll
Take the crown.
Yes.
Take the crown. Yeah, you can put on your Twitter feed and tag me along with it. I see. I took over the
All
Nintendo
right,
Cade.
so we look like you guys are.
Look guys, your guys are interested. Okay.
Awesome. All right, I have to go back to questions.
Uh-huh. What's the next question?
Jose Valde, hola, and then he's from Mexico. Thanks
All
for
right,
joining.
welcome to all the way from Mexico. Good to see you on our live stream. Cool.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah,
huh?
I
You
don't
guys-
know.
you
So
guys-
post them back. Oh, okay, I found it. Thank you for hi. I wanted always to donate to you guys. Honestly, love you guys a lot. Best community here in the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I know your
Thank
laptop
you.
is dying. He's like 1%.
Oh, well, we got you. Thank you so much. We're really honored to have every one of you guys hang out with us.
The pianist is hey, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I know many of you guys are here. Welcome and thank you so much for joining. Really
Wow.
appreciate it. We're trying to celebrate Mario Day. He deserved it.
He certainly did. He shaped my childhood, Evelyn's childhood, and I'm sure certainly many of you guys as well. And it's Mario Day. He deserves his day, and this is today, March 10, guys.
Yes, March 10. Yes. New game room tour.
New the reason why
we could show them, right? I think
you guys want to
you
see
guys
it.
get a sneak peek. Well, actually, it's not a lot, guys. So the other room over there with all the figures that sort of stays the same.
Right.
Which is that's NintendoCade domain.
Right.
So NintendoCade Central is where we stream.
Yeah, we stream.
Sort of stays the same.
This is NintendoCade Prime. This is NintendoCade Prime. So if you guys don't know, we have a name for every game room section.
So you could show them, I think. We're not gonna do a game room tour because it's not much change.
It's not much change. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit here.
You start from.
So this is obviously the game section where we're gaming. We have some of the new figures you see there. That's from Muramasa, the Demon Blade. Let me go. I guess I can go around a little bit here. Give you guys a little look. So
you can show them the
all right. So I guess I could start. Here. This hasn't changed all that much. This is a picture of me with Reggie, and this frame. I don't know if I mentioned it on my tour. It's the actual frame that Reggie gave to the select few that went to meet him at the time it was the Nintendo World Store, and it says "I'm with Reggie" with the hashtag there. Some of the new additions, I have a new autograph piece there from the producer of the Super Mario Odyssey. I don't know if you can see, it's right there. And you can see a little Cappy drawn there with Kenta Motokura. I did mention him a few times in my video. Some of the autographs are legendaries in my collection of the autograph for Shigeru Miyamoto right here. This is another one. It's the only 30 in the world for the Game Boy Advance SP. So I'm very proud to have that. That's my very first autograph piece for Shigeru Miyamoto. And there's various Shigeru Miyamoto autograph pieces there. This one I got from E3, one of the original people working with the Nintendo launch, Nintendo Entertainment System launch, NES, during E3. His name is Don James. You look up on Google, you'll find him. He's been there for like decades. And he shaped so many people's memories here. It's making me jealous. Just a little point, things that are very new. This is a new piece that I added to the collection. That is the autograph of the manga. I guess
right there.
Akira Hamikawa. Yeah, she's the manga artist for the.
And
you
it
guys don't
actually
know.
says standing there on top.
Yes, it's actually personalized. Up there, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's personalized to my name. And that was the day Evelyn actually was able to get that for me. And so Joey Mind saying that the name right there, Akira, you probably Googled it, like whatever the case. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. If you guys wonder what this is, I don't think I'm not sure if I shown it to you. That is the creator of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night. He's working on Bloodstain, which I'm looking forward to, and that's actually his autograph I got from E3 a couple of years ago. So if you a Castlevania fan, this is the autograph right there from him. So
All right.
pretty cool.
Have a good night, Royal Regalia.
Yeah, thank you for
Thanks for-
coming on.
Oh,
Other
so figure.
yes, these are the figures that I added to the collection recently. So you guys give it a look. Really, really beautiful. Evelyn got this for me. Pretty sexy, I would say, for indeed. And this is the main protagonist, the girl, that's in the collection. And of course, I have here is something new. It's the Bayonetta non-stop climax edition. Teresa, we were talking about Bayonetta before. It's still sealed. I haven't got a chance
Because the
to
reason
open it up.
why,
Yep.
As a collector, yeah, the box came mint condition, so
Yes.
we have to find a perfect, I don't know,
Like some kind of protector for this
So
one.
for now, we just
Yeah,
have it.
I know. It's blasting. I put it on top of my Super Nintendo N64 at the moment, but safe place.
We actually.
Let's see
Well,
here.
actually, no, actually, we fixed that.
Yeah, so some of the new things is a lot of things has a rearranged. That's a bit of my I guess you say 3DS system collection. I'm sure many of you guys recognize different variations throughout the time that Nintendo released them. NES version, one of my favorites, the Smash Brothers one, the blue and red. The Pokemon edition, Animal Crossing, even that one right there. That's the Triforce edition there. That one of my favorite. That's actually the system I use primarily in all my videos and gameplay. You name it, all that good stuff. One of the proud pieces that I have here is something that I didn't mention in the video itself. It's a little B-roll video there. Is this promotional item? It's actually given to me well, from a good friend, and it's actually Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I love the game, and to have something like that, and I love the characters Dixie, Diddy Kong, all in one, all there. So pretty cool. Let me see.
It's more 3DS.
Yeah, I'm not done yet. Actually, there's more 3DSs here. There's also new additions like the new Nintendo 2DS XL. I have some variations there, like the Pokeball edition, the Pikachu, and then of course the original. They're all there. Another variation I got there is the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Pretty cute. That you can't go wrong with Pikachu, right? So cute. Nothing.
Sonic. Somebody said
Sonic, yeah, Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. I did an unboxing of this, and it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
It has a Sega Genesis that Sonic stands on.
Right.
Definitely hard to get one of these nowadays, though, to be honest, because I haven't seen it around after I was able to get it and make the unboxing.
Joey was like, keep in mind, $200 plus per each 3DS.
Oh, yes.
We just added. Remember, guys, I told you that I have to add the Nintendo Switch collection, so we add most of the Nintendo Switch,
Yes.
and then I have to sort of put it together. And then this one I got it from the event, right?
Yeah, so we got this event, the water bottle. I know that's it's crazy, right, to keep a water bottle in collection. It's a Nintendo Switch water bottle after all, right?
So I just kind of rearrange all these.
This is all rearranged from the tour, but one thing that you may not ever seen before, these are the different coins that were released over the years. So the Year of Luigi, Super Smash Brothers. There's a Zelda coin. This is actually, I think, from Breath of the Wild. Yeah, this is from Breath of the Wild.
E3 that we got.
E3, we got that. This is Super Mario Odyssey. Right, Best Buy. Right. This is actually pretty unique. This was given to people during the 10th anniversary of the Nintendo World Store, and you see in the back, that's the design of the store itself. Really, really cool to have that.
The World Store, and that's when they open up, right? To renovate
and this is the renovated one that after the store reopened, it was as obviously with Link there.
And then one is Mario.
And this one is with Mario.
So all of them are Denny's,
yes.
Right? Except
one of them.
And this one was given from a very good friend of mine.
Look at that. This is Splatoon 2. Yeah, I know, upside down. So that obviously this is Evelyn's favorite piece right here.
That's my baby.
That's Evelyn's baby.
This is also my baby here.
Right here. This is the Splatoon.
This Denny's.
Right.
This is my baby here too.
Oh gosh. She has pieces there. So these are the big box editions of various 3DS games. I know that you probably wondering why do I have so many versions of Pokemon. They're actually a little different. This one has a little different bonuses. This is the figures in there. This one I think has a steel book. Yes, this one has a steel book. This is an Amazon exclusive. And the same thing goes for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as well, for the variations there. Other than that, if you guys,
if you guys always ask questions,
yes,
Danny,
if you guys,
are you only Nintendo
if I
fan?
only
Do you
Nintendo,
play any other game? There you go, guys.
yeah. So this is my other games. I know it's blasphemy. I have PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, I have PlayStation 4. I have some figures of Final Fantasy 8. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy 8 back in the day. Join my well, the redemption on the bottom here is my original Zapper and NES controller. Something I didn't really show. I think in my videos, maybe I did. And then on the bottom here, this is where I get quick access to all my games.
Danny, how could you?
How could I? I know it's blasphemy. So this is the games that I keep in there to quickly grab. And play when I need that. So this is actually a box from my childhood. If you guys don't know, it's actually officially licensed by Nintendo back in the 80s. It's an official storage there.
Another little addition that we got.
Yes, from a good fan of ours. These Pixel Pals of 8-bit Mario and Link there. It goes in a retro theme. You guys don't know, this is my arcade section with obviously the Donkey Kong poster from Club Nintendo. And I love Donkey Kong, by the way. If you guys haven't known that by now, the arcade is phenomenal. And this is where I play my arcade games. This right now loaded with the game that on display is Mario Brothers. I can't go wrong with that, right? So another updates here is, if you guys don't know, I actually have different variations of the NES Classic Edition. Yeah, I haven't even showed it.
To do unboxing, but
yes.
I'll show it to you guys.
I'll show you a little bit of clip there. So I have different versions of different regions of the Super Famicom or Super NES Classic Edition. European is right here. Japan. This is the Famicom one from Japan, obviously, and this is the US. And all the way on top there is the Super NES Classic Edition. So I have all the variations. And if you guys don't know, they actually, in Japan, they don't have AC adapters that are included in the box.
Yeah, it is separate, so we have to get them separated. So for the most part, everything is pretty much
everything else essentially is the same,
Power magazine.
Power magazines all down there.
We gotta show them this. They already.
Yes. One of the new additions of this poster here. I used to have a poster of Pokemon, and I thought maybe it fit better if it's retro. So that's why I can't, with this NES Classic Edition poster.
This actually we got it from the Nintendo New York when they had the NES Classic Edition Midnight Lounge, and we were there. It was a blast.
Oh, it was a blast.
And then these we got it from the Super NES Classic Edition Midnight Lounge, and then they actually had a poster for this, but we didn't. We were changing around here and there, but it looks beautiful, and we kind of we found this frame in IKEA, and then we're like, oh, perfect. And actually blends in when we. Nothing
much has changed because I got all the games I ever wanted.
Hey,
KY's in the house. Good to see you.
Happy Mario Day, yes.
Yes, Happy Mario Day. All right. So yeah, it's a little pan of the room itself. It's kind of like the 10 I always give for you guys.
And
the amiibo shelf. Yeah, if you guys, it's full. Literally from top. I have all the amiibos there. Filled up the shelves. It's kind of insane. I'm like a mass amiibo collector here. So that's everything. And this is the games I was talking about earlier. You get to see everything behind the scenes.
Oh wait, did you show in the game room the game room tour our set from the
Oh yes, that's one thing I haven't shown you guys. That's a good thing. At Nintendo New York store, they had these collectible art cells of Zelda, and I know probably you guys can recognize many of them. This is only exclusive to Nintendo New York store. This is from Skyward Sword, a game that I'm actually hoping that Nintendo will re-release on Nintendo Switch. So. That's my prediction. It can happen sometime.
KY's a game room goes.
Game goes.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Yes. I really appreciate you. You always hang out with us, and you're so kind of your words. Yeah. Continue on here. This is Majora's Mask. Really, really looking sleek here. One of my favorite games of all time, Ocarina of Time. This is Wind Waker here. Oh, we got some heart. We got a heart. Thank you. This one is Twilight Princess, and to end it off, this is obviously the best game in 2017, Breath of the Wild. That's amazing game. So this is the entire art cell collection available to us at Nintendo New York store.
You want to do a pan?
So I'm gonna do a pan for you guys a little bit. So again, good look at everything that you've seen so far. So hopefully you guys enjoy this mini tour. I wasn't expecting to do a tour, but you guys were kind of like kind of got interested here. So yeah, all right. Yeah, let's get back to our original spot here. As you can see, that's my setup for retro game consoles and everything like that. So all right, so there we go. All right, we're back. How you like that, guys? How you like that little mini tour? I hope you. I didn't make you guys so dizzy and everything. I know it's not professionally done and everything, but this is chill stream after all, right? It's all on the
The
spot.
reason why we got two Master Edition because we both were in line, and don't
Yes.
forget I have my own Switch too, and I
Yep.
play my own Zelda game, and sort of you played your own
That's
Zelda
right.
game. So that's why I got one and he got one.
Yeah. So that's we both is one is mine, one is
Yeah.
Evelyn's. Not all mine. It's in here,
Guys,
but
I do have some
Yeah.
stuff is mine in here now.
absolutely
Always
not everything is mine, guys.
No.
Not everything's mine. I wish it was, but it's not the case. So
No.
there's actually a big Splatoon kiosk that we have over there.
Oh, yeah,
I guess Evelyn can grab it to show you guys. It's really big. It's one of our episodes. I don't know if many of you guys saw it.
Oh my gosh, it's so big.
Yeah, she's gonna bring it to you guys, and you see it's huge. It's no joke.
see it?
See that? Look at how big this is. This is my hand. This is her face. This is Inkling Girl right here. This is Evelyn right here. Look at that. Isn't that insane? How big this is? This is
from a very good friend
Yes.
of us, and yeah, I was so happy when I got it from our friend, and yeah, the person know me really well.
yeah. That's just actually a store display, so it's actually high quality, and it's one of the proud pieces in the collection, and Evelyn loves it to death because it's Splatoon. Can't go wrong with that, right? Oh, so you guys got a little better look at the game room, and that's the reason why we really didn't do a new update of the room tour because not much has really changed. Yeah.
Not much changed. It's just I just rearrange it.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, this is another tip that I wanna probably make a video on the new series for the collecting part. When we made the game room tour, you saw that it was full.
Yeah.
But guess what happened? Once the Nintendo Switch came out, there were so many. You saw it, Sonic Mania. Look at Collector's Edition, so big.
It's big. Yep.
The Master Edition. Look at how big they are, and there are many games from the Nintendo Switch and a Pro Controller. I made space for it, and there's still more space.
There's still more space.
Depends how you organize
Yep.
it. So I wanna help you guys. If you have questions from it, I could help you guys. Some of you guys ask what's the dimension of this room. That's the number one thing that you guys should measure your room wherever place it. That's the homework I will give you guys. If you guys ask me to help you out, I don't mind helping you guys out. And yeah, the rest is little and little you get them done. It takes time. But guys, it's worth it. It's at the end, we work hard. We assemble every single shelf. Every single shelf is on IKEA or Amazon. And
but the key thing is the measurements and how you want to utilize the space that you have to maximize what you have to display what you want. We first when we were building the game room, we didn't even thought about displaying figures because we didn't know how until we got maybe this is a good idea. We have these new shelves that we should show you with the amiibo and the figure collection there, and that
you'll
turned
be
out pretty good.
surprised. The show that we got is not for display.
K-Wife is measuring.
Yeah, that's the first thing I would do. I would tell you guys, you guys have question. Number one, measure your game room.
Yeah.
And then number two, we'll go on step by step. I'll probably do the episode with you.
Maybe the episode dedicated to Evelyn, she'll tell you what to do if you're really into it.
Like organizing.
Yeah, organizing tips. So, yep. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. For Mario Day. Thank you so much for all you guys for hanging out with us. Glad that you're able to give me all the questions. I really appreciate every single question. It's a lot of fun going through it. Join my
I know
room
we made
tips
it
101.
midnight, so it passed Mario Day.
Yeah, it passed Mario Day, but Mario Day continues forever. Guys know how it is with Mario. It's an ongoing franchise. We are big passionate of the series.
Okay, well, Evelyn has 2 switches. Then he used to have 1 switch.
I know. You guys don't know. Evelyn's still taking over my Switch, and it still hasn't returned to me. Especially now that she's gonna start doing more Breath of the Wild. Goodness. Hopefully she finally officially transitions to her Nintendo Switch, and I have my own Switch back, guys.
It's been a great time. Remember, Danny? I always remember Cereza. You guys are so bad.
You guys are so bad.
Thanks for joining the Louis Dragon. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we actually yeah, we have to
Mhm.
end the stream.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was so much fun. I didn't expect you guys to ask for a game room tour.
Right.
But don't worry, guys. We'll come back with more chill stream. How many of you guys enjoyed the chill stream? We'll continue. We'll continue to do more chill
Yep.
stream. It will like asking anything.
Anything you want, anything can
I know
happen.
I didn't answer many more of the questions. There was so many of you guys,
Yeah.
but we'll come back. You guys
We'll,
come back.
we'll
with a
definitely come back,
question, yes.
ask this again, and we'll do our best to always, make it fun for you guys and have fun. And it's a great time. I really have a great time doing these chill stream, just focusing one-on-one with you guys. You guys have been supportive on our channel since
Yes.
2017 or even beyond that. Because I know some of you guys, kind of subscribed to me for years
Yes.
and hanging out with me through the journey. And that's what makes me want to do YouTube, to continue with this journey with you guys. So,
We're gonna have fun this year.
yeah,
guys.
2018 just begun. Nintendo Direct just happened. Smash is coming 2018.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expect to see you guys battle with me, see what you're made of.
I think at that point, Danny, we're gonna rank to the 1,000-hour playing.
I'm gonna make it
Smash,
1,000
guys.
hours. Who knows? But I gotta get the Switch back from Evelyn first.
He's gonna beat my Splatoon record.
Who knows, right? Who knows? I have 0 right now. The game hasn't been out yet, so it's a work in progress. Sakurai, I'm waiting for you in your game. All right. So as always, I am Danny
Evelyn.
at the NintendoCade channel. We will catch you guys in the next live
Bye,
stream.
guys. Thank
Bye,
you for our mods and KY. Thank you
Yes.
so much for joining.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, guys.